is Survival.
Welcome, Steve, Rachel, Heather. And if you guys would all like to say a quick hello to the 7 people that you guys all voted out.
Hey, Steve!
Hey, Steve. So this is going to work out pretty simply. Each of you guys is going to get a chance to say what you would like to say to the jury. And then each of them is going to have a chance to ask one question of any or all of you. So we can start it out randomly with Rachel.
Alright.
So if you'd like to stand and go ahead and give us your...
I would, actually. Hey guys. Glad to see you here. It's kind of bittersweet, but hey, it's just a game. I would just like to point out that Survivor is all about outwitting, outplaying, and outlasting. And out of those 3, I have obviously outlasted you guys since I am up here. Outplayed. I mean, I've won a couple competitions, so I feel like I've outplayed you guys. And so tonight, I feel like it's more about whether or not I've outwitted you guys and whether you guys feel like I've done that throughout this game. So no hard feelings, but I just, vote for me and bring on your questions if you have any questions for me. I'd love to clarify anything, any confusions you have. So. Love you guys.
All right, Steve.
Right. All right, guys. First off, I just want to start off by saying that my strategy coming into Survivor was to play it like I was playing Werewolf or Mafia. If any of you played that before, you have to just play the best you can, and unfortunately there are lies involved in that. We were pointing out at the beginning of this game that it's just a game, and I can't tell you how difficult it is to play this game after making close friendships with everybody, because we started off 2 months ago and I was still getting used to everybody, and I can honestly say that some of my strongest friendships have developed throughout this game. Probably right here is 2 strong friendships as well. We'll see what happens after today. Just want to say that I had a blast playing the game with all you guys. I think that I do deserve to win over these 2, and hopefully within your questions we'll be able to lay out why. And again, feel free to bash me as much as you want. I understand if I was in your position I'd be upset as well. I just hope that at the end of the day we can all be friends after this is all done, and that also I will be the winner.
And with that, let's move on over to Heather.
Hey guys. Sorry I sound really weird right now. But I just want to say it's been really nice playing this game with all of you. I personally have just enjoyed all the competitions and stuff because that's why I did it. It was fun. And my strategy, I guess, during Survivor was not to lie, but I don't know. I ended up playing the game how I wanted to, and I think that I've kept a clear conscience throughout it. So I just look forward to hearing your guys' questions. You can ask me whatever you want. I'll be honest about my answers, so see what happens. But
Well, now we will go around and everyone will have a chance to ask a question of one or all 3 of the people. So Josh, go ahead and stand up and ask your question.
Steve, how many people here did you backstab?
Backstab, I'd say Hannah, Lindsay, Stefan,
John.
and Whitney. I never backstabbed John. I didn't vote John out. I actually gave John a last-minute lifeline to stay in the game if I could try to convince people to keep him in. I'd say I didn't I didn't backstab Josh. I know that for a fact because we never had an alliance. Josh just started telling me who to vote for once we got to the merge. I had a Final 5 deal with Whitney. Final 4 deal with Whitney and Lindsay. Obviously went back on that. Stefan and me. Stefan started to get serious about the game, otherwise I would have probably kept him in longer. Russell and I only had a deal till Final 5, I believe. Yeah, you said Final 6 and we'll see.
Actually.
We said Final 5 or Final 4 and we'll get and then we'll
She has a
Final
sign.
5, Final 4, and then we'll decide. And then you said Final 3.
All right, guys.
Either way, I definitely could say that there's a lot of alliances I backstabbed and went back on. Either way, I feel like it helped me get to the end of the game. And I'm sorry, hurt feelings it's going to happen. One thing I can say for sure is that I made a Final 3 alliance with these two at 12, and I stuck to it. So it's not like I betrayed every single person in the game. Unfortunately, it just happened to be. It just happened to be these two I stuck with the alliance to. So
2 of them are gonna put bound.
Well, all right. So, John, you can go ahead and stand up and ask
a question to each of them?
Yeah. Well, one question.
That we all have to
One
answer.
question up to all of them can answer.
Steve, can I have your number?
absolutely.
Why should I vote for you and not anybody else?
I think the biggest thing with me is that a lot of people are going to look at, first off, Rachel as the winner. Rachel and I played the exact same game, except for I had to be the bad guy in every single round. Everybody looks at me as betraying everybody. Rachel was doing the exact same thing, except she was being sneakier about it and pretending to be your friend, and I just full-on
Making buddy
backstabbed.
buddies.
She did. She did, and then she betrayed you. That's true. Rachel was just as involved as I was. I just feel like I played the game a little bit better than she did in the long run. And as far as Heather goes, I deserve to win over her because Heather would have been gone a long time ago if it wasn't for me. People kept coming to me every week saying, Heather, we need to get Heather out, we need to get Heather out. But I figured I might be able to win against her in the Final 3, so I kept her along for the ride, and actually, our friendship is
Back
good
at you,
too.
bro.
So I don't think Heather would even be in the Final 3 if it wasn't for her.
So, John, is your question towards all
It
three of
is
them?
towards all 3 of them.
Okay, so go ahead, Rachel.
Okay, basically what Steve said was pretty accurate. He was the one who did more of the talking to each one of you and backstabbing you. The game that I tried to play was having Steve be my shield, and so I was kind of more in the background, telling him like we should do this, like kind of thinking ahead. He was probably thinking more ahead, but I know I was probably thinking a little bit more ahead. And I basically just used Steve as my shield, and Heather, she didn't really do anything except for win a couple challenges that only helped further mine and Steve's game in the long run. And one thing I do want to point out is that throughout this whole game, not once was my name written down on any piece of paper. So I feel like that was kind of a pretty good strategy. Never a threat, or I played the game really well.
Can I have your number, Heather? Same question.
Wait, which
About why should I pick you?
okay.
Just like my number.
You have a piece of paper?
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Guys, this is on live television. You don't want your number out there.
That's why we said later. Okay, the reason that I should win the game is because I think I played it sneakily. That's not a word. Strategically.
Are you sure that's a word?
Okay, basically, yes, Steve and Rachel were masterminds and manipulative, but I chose to play the game behind the scenes and contribute to the team. I think that I helped my team win a lot of the different challenges, and I did that intentionally so that my team could be stronger. But I also tried to keep on the background so that I wasn't like just making alliances with everyone and then breaking them, like these two did a lot. And so I made an alliance with these two, and at one point I asked Megan if she wanted to be in an alliance, and then that was the only alliances that I had ever talked to anyone about. So I don't think I really backstabbed anyone because me and Megan never really officially figured out that alliance. I did not ask you.
I didn't say anything. I'm listening.
So I deserve to win this game because I think I stayed true to my word and I outsmarted some people. And I didn't freak out like these two did. They both got super paranoid and that kind of could have screwed them over, but it's fine.
Can we tell why we got paranoid?
Nope.
No.
Okay,
They both
moving
did
on.
though, made stupid choices.
Megan, your question.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Steve, how do you justify the sin of lying?
The sin of lying. I'd say that it's a game. That's where it comes down to. I didn't maliciously lie to any of you, like try to do something sneaky or anything like that. I only lied to you about votes and alliances. I didn't go out of my way to make you feel hurt or anything like that. And I think when you're in a game like this, if you've ever played Werewolf, if somebody asks you if you're a werewolf right off the bat or if you're a Mafia member and you say yes, then you're going to lose the game. So that's how I view the game in that way.
So you're a werewolf.
Yes.
So you're justifying lying.
That question wasn't for you.
All right, well, with that, let's move on to Stefan.
My question is for Steve.
Okay.
Why?
Why for you?
Why?
Because he's a jerk.
Okay, why for you is because I spoke with Hannah and Lindsay at one point right before you got eliminated, and they said that they were going to throw their votes your way. Well, Hannah did, and so I assumed Lindsay the same thing. And then you started to, when we were meeting before the final five final five, you were very much into the game, you were talking strategy, and I was like, oh crap, Stefan's starting to care about this game, and if he makes the final three, he's going to win. So that's why, and I'm sorry.
Are we allowed to punch our contestants?
Afterwards.
Off
Okay, Whitney, your question.
Why do each of you think that the other two contestants should win?
Should.
Yes.
Yeah, so why should the other people win over you?
Awkward.
I start every round, so
Heather, please.
Okay. I think Rachel should win because she's just a friendly person, and let's be real, we've been friends for a really long time. So I think, I don't know. I just think that she played this game well and she loves Survivor, so it's something that she's gonna take to heart and really enjoy, and just do good with it. And then Steve should win because, well, Steve, he did backstab a lot of people, but he also made a lot of friendships, and you can tell that he was just doing this for the fun of it, so.
You backstabbing people for the fun of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. He's a great guy. They both deserve it. We all deserve it, but ultimately it's...
We all deserve to be backstabbed.
No, we don't deserve to be backstabbed. We're all sinners. Saved by grace. That has nothing to do with this.
All right, Rachel.
Wow. I think Heather should win because even though, whether she realized it or not, she was very strategically in how she did kind of stay in the background and she let more of me and Steve make more of the decisions. And she did. We basically, like, she just was like, kind of like, whatever, like, I'll vote for whoever you want me to vote for. And that was kind of strategic of her because to us it didn't really seem like a threat. And so we were able to drag her along. So in that sense, I think that was one reason why she deserves a win. Steve, on the other hand, I think the greatest move that he played or made in the game, whether he realized it or not, was getting me to give him the idol, because originally I found the idol and replaced it with a hidden idol or with a fake idol. And that week I was kind of paranoid because I thought that you guys were going to vote me out because I was kind of like the way the game was going, like whoever won the challenge, like the next time we went to tribal, like they were the one who got voted out, and so I was kind of freaking out. And Steve we had this plan where he was going to take the idol, say he was going to play it, and then play it on me, but then he ended up playing it on himself. And so whether he realized it or not, I think that was a really great strategic move because he got the idol out of play, and I had no reason to worry because my name wasn't even written down that week. So that's why I think Steve should win.
I think Heather should win because she's probably, out of everybody that played, she did the best well competitively. She came in second in a number of challenges and won the last two. Rachel should win because she played a really similar game to mine, and she did know what was going on every single week. She was really into the game, and she cares about it a lot. So, that's what she should win.
All right, Lindsay.
Rachel.
You said, Lindsay, please stand.
Speak louder.
Okay.
Rachel, you said Steve.
I think that my greatest move was actually teaming up with Steve because right before Survivor even started, like we decided that we were going to be final two, no matter what. Like, since we both really love the game, we were not going to backstab each other. Like, we would backstab as many people as we could, but like we were the ones that we would never backstab, and obviously we held true to that game. And so I feel like pairing up with him and like just putting a lot of trust in him, and also by that having him be my shield and having him just kind of be in the forefront of the game and me not getting a lot of hits, whereas Steve got a lot of hits each week. So I would think that that's probably one of my greatest moves.
Yeah.
And back to Hannah.
Stand up, Hannah.
Well, fine. There.
It's funny because you couldn't even see it.
All right. I guess I'm just curious what you guys are going to do with the money if you win.
That's a great question. Everyone asks that.
So
See, what are you gonna do?
start with Rachel.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I have a lot of bills to pay off. A lot of debt.
Yeah, you don't have anything coming.
No, I think if I win the money, I'd probably take these guys out to dinner. Just to kind of like celebrate. Just to celebrate because I mean we did like play this game for like 39 days and it was just really intense and really hard. Sorry jury, probably wouldn't take you out, but
Hold on, were you pointing at Heather and Steve or me and JP?
Yes. Yes.
yes.
Why did you say that? I was
Yes,
gonna say
oh.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Well, go ahead, Heather. You can tell us
So-
what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask JP and Tony on a hot date with the money.
At the same time.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah.
Not even gonna split.
Nope. They get half.
Nice. And Steve.
It's gonna go towards one full tank of gas towards my trip to Medford for Thanksgiving because I just lost my job. Is that gonna get sympathy votes?
You didn't lose your job.
I did too.
Lying. You quit.
Yeah, and it's lost now. You quit your job.
Your own
Yeah.
fault.
Anyway, no, it's gonna go towards a gas tank towards Medford for Thanksgiving. And Ralph wants a pizza too, so we'll see how that goes.
Always with the brain.
No, I'm sure
Well
Ralph
then.
does want pizza.
All right. So now, the person that you vote for, the person that you write down, is the person that you want to win the game of Survivor Corban. So
Serious?
What?
You
You
guys
said this like 6 weeks ago. That's what I said. It was opposite day. It's okay.
Yeah, I thought John was winning this thing.
I thought I already won.
we already gave you your $50. Now be quiet. So we'll start with Lindsay.
She wants FaceTime.
We'll go tally the votes.
So it's more like helping the game.
Megan, I really wanted to be.
Hey, I was telling you.
You tried it and you pushed for
She didn't even try. She did not even try. She did not even try me. She's like, hey, were you, have you ever thought about winning Steve off? I was like, oh yeah, I have. But I was like, no, I said we make this bar, so let's not. And she's like, oh good, because Steve asked me. He was like,
So,
freaked out.
I mean,
No.
is
Yeah.
anyone
You
interested
didn't
in the
respond,
results?
which is
Or
why-
No,
Just
not
only asking because
Can't we
Steve
just go?
asked because I
I was busy.
You're not responding. I gotta go
Cook my ham.
Oh my scallop.
I don't know if that's a real thing. So, I mean, do we want to know?
Yeah.
Hams.
Yeah, I want to know.
Hey, just tell Janae.
Okay, I will just tell Janae.
I want to know.
All right.
Put ham in the oven.
Is everybody ready for the first vote?
Yeah, it's Steve. I saw it.
I cannot cook worth crap. What are you saying about
Heather. First vote, Heather.
Yay.
Heather 1, Rachel 0, Steve 0.
Your game.
Yes.
Can I hold up?
The next vote. Rachel.
Woo! Hold up a finger, Rachel.
Oh, I told you.
Probably Janae.
1 vote Rachel.
Alright, was not.
1 vote Heather.
I can't vote. I vote for Steve.
Next vote. Steve.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Solid.
That's in Josh's handwriting.
That's acceptable.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think you would play.
Next vote.
Wow, this is really close.
Steve.
Guys.
So that's 2 votes Steve. 1 vote everyone
Believe
else.
and believe.
Where the heck?
Wow, I thought Heather was gonna
Next vote. Steve.
Wow.
Or Ralph.
Really
I
good,
don't know.
guys. Really?
I'm
The
not too.
backstabber. What?
So that's 3 votes Steve.
Excuse me.
1 vote Heather.
It's his own fault.
1
He
vote
quit his
Rachel.
job. He doesn't.
Next vote. Heather.
What if there's a tie?
So that is 3 votes Steve, 1 vote Rachel, 2 votes Heather, 1 vote Rach.
Aww.
Oh, look at the tie. Oh my god.
The last vote. Heather.
Oh my god.
So now we have come to a tie.
Alan Ralph.
Wait, you're the only one.
In the event of a tie, what happens is Rachel will be thrown out, and you have to vote for either Steve or Heather. So everyone has to re-vote.
I voted for Heather because we weren't in an alliance together, so I wasn't betrayed by their voting.
I'm voting for Rachel because while I think Heather is probably the most morally sound person throughout this competition, and Steve probably was, he was very on top of things, but I think more so Rachel was really on top of it and really cared about the game, and I think that this means a lot to her, and I love her, and so I really want her to win.
Okay, even though he totally backstabbed me completely, I have to vote for him because I have to say it was kind of impressive how many people he backstabbed. Not that I'm justifying all his lying, but I do feel like he deserves it after all the trouble he went through, even though it was kind of obnoxious. So, Steve, you better buy me something nice.
I voted for Steve because Ralph, I don't know which one it was, but he was the ultimate mastermind. When it came down to it, when it came down to Final Jeopardy, Steve knew what he was doing. The price was right. He backstabbed me, backstabbed I think almost everybody in the game, but I think because of that, he played it that much more legit than Rachel or Heather. So I think Steve or Ralph, whoever it is, I think they should be the winner.
I felt that she played an honest game and did really good and didn't have to really rely on lying and backstabbing people to win, and so I think she should win the game.
Yep. Okay. I would have voted for Steve if he hadn't gone backwards on 2 promises, including our alliance and then those pens he said that he would give us. So, he just messed with the wrong roommates. What can I say?
Alright, everyone. Once I've read the votes, the person will be asked to spend the $50 immediately.
On Tony.
It's like Brewster's Million.
I'll spend it.
You'll fling the ones on everyone.
Alright, guys.
Make it rain!
Yep, they're not in ones.
Oh, good.
But they are in all sorts of different bills.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and just get this show on the road.
Let's go.
First vote. Not for Janae, it's for Heather. Second vote. Oddly enough, this time it's for Janae. So 1 vote Heather, 1 vote Steve. You lying son of a gun. Next vote.
Oh, you didn't tear that one up, eh?
Heather. So that's 2 votes Heather, 1 vote Steve.
Oh Why do you keep ripping
You only have
me?
one vote.
Why do you keep ripping
Next
me?
one.
I had 4 halves.
Steve.
Steve. Again, I really don't know why.
It's nice to have the commentator.
I have 4 because
agree.
he keeps ripping me.
I don't think that's how it works.
I think it is.
Oh, well, that works.
Next vote. Heather. So that's 3 votes Heather, 2 votes Steve.
This is getting intense. Yeah, 6.
It's the first winner of Survivor Corban.
Wow.
Heather.
I'm voting for Heather because I love Steve and I love Heather, and I'm really struggling to pick one right now. But I'm picking Heather because I think she played the game as I would have played it, and she is the only one of the top 3 that hasn't backstabbed me. So, yeah, strictly from a game perspective, this is why I'm voting for her.
He doesn't deserve this at all. Not one bit. But he really wants it.
I originally voted for Steve because, you know, I thought he was the best player, and but once we had to come to round 2, it just kind of struck me that this is divine will. Like, I have another chance to do what's right. Heather was perfect throughout the whole thing. She didn't cross anybody or stab anybody in the back. So I think she deserves to win. She's the only person who played this straight up. I know I certainly didn't play it straight up. So I think that I'd probably be struck by lightning if I didn't change my vote to Heather.
Heather.